What's going on, my Transcendent family? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And listen, if you're hearing Transcendent family and you're kind of confused, don't be. I'll get into that. I'm also talking low because my wife is still asleep. Yes, I'm married. I know it's been a minute. Let's jump in because your life can change for the better in 6 months. All right, you all. So you can literally change your life in 6 months. And I'm going to give you all examples of how I've done that, but I want to show you all practical examples of how I'm doing it now. One of those ways is getting as lean as I've ever gotten. So the first clip was my physique unflexed. The second one is my body flexed, right? And what I'm showing you all is a starting point because over the next 6 months, like I said, I want to see how low I can drop my body fat percentage and get as lean as possible. Now, this is my starting weight. Top right, you see my starting body fat percentage. You can also see my lean muscle mass as well. All right, what's going on, y'all? So today is Sunday. It's not a jam-packed day by any means, but it is a very strategic day because it really sets up the rest of the week. And so what I got right here, got a little bit of ground turkey, got some grits that we made yesterday on Sabbath, got some eggs that I'm about to chef up. Then I'm gonna get my breakfast in. Then we're gonna go ahead and jump into a workout before I end up going to church later. So let's get it started. Alrighty, so this is breakfast. Got about 2.5 ounces of ground turkey, 2 large eggs, and then a whole lot of grits. You can see the macros on the screen. And to be honest with you all, I haven't tracked my macros like protein, carbs, and fats consistently in years. For any OGs that might be tuning in, back when I was at Georgia Southern, y'all know I was getting to it. That's when I was really grinding, trying to get my initial mass gains and put on some sauce. But since then, like doing it correctly, I really track protein and really trying to keep that consistently. But even then, I've kind of been coasting and I've been able to maintain my physique. And so that's one of the things I'm really excited to share with y'all, how to get to that point so you're not tracking 24/7. But I'm gonna tell you all what goals I have in the next 6 months, how you all can apply it to yourself, and why I'm tracking it. But for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and get this breakfast down so I can holler at God, and then I'm gonna go work out. So we'll talk more about what I got going on later, but I really made this video because I want to help you all see how you can change your life in as little as 6 months. And honestly, I've identified 2 components with this that apply to not only trying to transform your life in 6 months, but just for any span of time. And the first component is faith. Faith is number 1 in this equation because if you don't have this, you quite literally will not be able to change your life at all. You have to have faith that you can actually make a transformation. And the reason why I've been able to really keep faith after all these years, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship, is because I put my faith in Christ, and that gives me a firm foundation, right? And so I'm gonna just talk you through how you work this from the top down, because I believe everything flows spiritually through Jesus first and then down. So faith is an active stance. A lot of people take more of a passive approach to faith, but there's no way to build it if you're not actually seeking what the Father's will is for your life. And by doing so, you then take that and you take it a step further and you say, okay, this is my gifting. This is what He's called me to do. I'm going to steward this well by learning how to hone these skills, by developing even more. And by doing that and by keeping promises to yourself, you develop confidence that translates into that faith. And so that's really how you look at it from a top-down approach. You look at it from God is the provider, because He is, right? He is the source of knowledge. He literally created you, knew your name before you were even in the womb. So to understand like what your purpose is, you go to Him. Once you have that, you know the will of your Father, you can then double down on the gifting that He gave you. It's a unique gift that only you have. And I know I'm going through this very, very quickly because I'm giving you all short synopsis, and we're going to talk about this more and more on this channel. So you're going to want to stay tuned, but that's quite literally why faith has to be first in the equation, because you need to believe that you can actually make the change, that you can actually make the transformation. Now, the second part of the equation is super, super crucial. And as a coach, it's something that a lot of people struggle with. When I ask them, what is the number 1 obstacle that's keeping you from getting the body you want, the life you want, the health you want, the relationships you want? What they tell me is consistency. Whatever they're trying to do, whatever they're trying to accomplish, they're not consistently taking action
towards making a change. And so the second part of the equation is not just consistency, but it's consistent action. Now, the action part of this equation is super, super important because you can be fairly consistent and you'll get fairly consistent results. So you need to take consistent action on a regular basis. And trust me, I get it. It's a long road to whatever you're trying to accomplish. Like for me, when it comes to business, I've had plenty of times where I have fallen off because I'm not seeing the results that I want to, and I fall off of my consistent action. And so one thing we have to keep in mind with this microwave society we live in now is everything isn't going to be instant. We're not going to be instantaneously gratified. And that's actually not a bad thing. There is a beautification process that comes with long suffering. Sanctification takes time for a reason because it literally takes time to shed off the old layers that are holding you back so you can be everything that God has called you to be. All right, so after I finished that amazing workout, ran back upstairs, I needed to eat real quick right before church. Look at the macros on the side of the screen if you're curious what I'm eating. And yeah, let's get into church.
You gave your heart to him, but you still need to do another thing. You still need to actually do the right thing and position yourself like this. And what's important is that Paul, he got real excited. He excited in the wrong way. He got real upset. And he said, listen, I need you to understand that I am sold out about the sufficiency of the sacrifice of Jesus. I'm sold out so much that I'm going to write here in Romans, we've heard it many times, for I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes.
All right, y'all, so I didn't get to do this before I left, but quick fit check. I am not a gatekeeper, so anything I have on, I'm going to let y'all know unless I just really don't know where it came from. Like, for instance, these shades, if y'all want to know, leave a comment because I don't remember off the top of my head. I do remember that they're called Maybach, you know what I'm saying, and these are super lit. We got the chain, crafted linen is the chain, right? I love their stuff because, look at this. Solid, it looks nice. It's a solid piece. It's waterproof, sweatproof. I work out in this. The only time I've seen this defeated was in Bali water. That was like literally it. And before that, I had it for like 4 years. But yeah, we got the Invictus watch, of course, or Invicta rather. You know what I mean? For the watch lovers, they're gonna be like, it's Invicta, not Invictus. We got Essentials Tee. This is the Jose Zuniga brand. I really love his shirts because it's like a bamboo cotton kind of feel. So it's fitted, it's breathable, it's nice, it's chocolate. You know, we doing it. And then the pants, these are really just Old Navy. Like I had these for so long. You really need staples. It's hot outside. It's 91 degrees. You gotta have them legs out from time to time. You feel me? And then finally, I can't give y'all this one because I custom made it. So it wasn't even from a company. It's one of my homeboys that makes suits. You know what I'm saying? Initials on the side. We do orange bottoms here, not red bottoms. And yeah, that's the fit. And I just decided to keep the man bun because I was working out. It was already there.
All right, you all. So when we talk about changing your life in 6 months, it can really happen. I have two personal examples that I alluded to earlier that I'll continue to go deeper on in these upcoming videos. But like I said, one, I got married to my wife very, very recently ago in October, and we really got engaged 6 months after meeting. That just shows you how intentional God was. But this was after 7 years of being single, right? 7 years of having faith that God would send me a young lady that I could create a legacy of faith and wealth with that he promised me. 7 years of just consistent work, consistent action on myself, right? And there was a lot of times during that time period where I was just like, man, I don't know if there's a woman out there for me. There was thoughts in my head where I was just like, I don't know, right? Because I was consuming the wrong content at times. Like that whole 7-year journey, I did a lot of growth, but it wasn't perfect. But I continued to have faith and take consistent action. And now we're here, right? We're breaking generational curses. We're moving forward together as one unit with Christ, and it's amazing. And the second thing, I'm 2 years in entrepreneurship right now, but right before my entrepreneurship, I was a fitness director. And quite literally, like 6 months before I took the plunge back in full-time entrepreneurship, God told me to prepare and get ready. I'm sitting there looking like I got my commissions rolling. I'm good. But I trusted him. And no longer than 6 months after I left that position, I started making not only match my income, but started making more. And now, thirdly, I'm on the process of going on another journey, and I'm super excited about this one because I'm taking you all with me. So like I said, the last several years, I've been doing things extremely right. So it's allowed me to kind of coast in my fitness journey and maintain an above average physique. But now, over the next 6 months, I really want to see how lean I can get. One, because I want to take you all on this journey, show you all how you can actually do it, how you can drop body fat, how you can take control of your health and feel the best that you've ever felt. But secondly, I've put on so much more knowledge since the beginning of my journey and applying all this stuff to my clients. And I'm like, what can I do for myself? So this is going to be a great journey. I want you all to come with me. Not only like is there going to be nutritional and fitness knowledge, but there's going to be a lot of knowledge about self-growth and self-improvement holistically. And I really want you all as a family to be able to level up with me. So that's the end of today's video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, because how are you going to know when I put out the new videos if you don't subscribe, right? Tap that like button, tap it. All right, make sure you tap it and comment down below, because social media is a place for you to be social. So make sure you're commenting. It's a family environment down there, so don't go crazy, right? Like, keep it clean, keep it nice. And lastly, if no one's told you this, I love you, but more importantly, Jesus loves you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.